Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode, we started digging out this reservoir for water. We also greatly expanded our base, or fairly expanded our base, not greatly, including starting to build this self-powered oxygen machine. Today, we should be able to finish this up and get it connected once we get all of this water drained into this reservoir, which was kind of our waiting game because I wanted to have this liquid pump working and connected up to the reservoir. Let's just take a look at where we're kind of at as far as... So I haven't connected the power for it yet because I didn't want it to start working. And let's see, because I do have the pipe all the way connected. Gas is ready to go. Base is looking okay. We could really increase some decor here in the bathroom, but I think I'd like to move the bathroom further out here into this last room here. The other part that kind of bothers me, although I don't think I'm going to do anything about it, is I wish I would have put this ladder shaft here in between these rooms, because that way we could have two rooms on each side. But I think it'll just be our less used rooms would be on the far end, and our more commonly used stuff will be here in this group, kind of medium stuff here. So I think we'll get started. I'll unpause it. I should add an extra sink here, but I think I'll wait and do it until I push this out, just so that everyone's hands get washed. And I'm also going to do a little bit more of this insulated tile out of igneous rock, at least until we run out, which is 4 pieces. Just so that I have less to do of this once we get outside of the base. I really probably should also try and put some over here, but we're kind of out of igneous rock right now. So, I mean, I could obviously mine all this, but I don't want to break into the chlorine just yet. I want to wait until I have a way to harness it a little bit. Alrighty, I think they cleaned this room out, which I also need to pump hydrogen into here to make this be a cool room, or to help cool this room. Commenter on YouTube. Sandstone. I do have a YouTube archive now, by the way. If anybody would like to take a look at some of the old streams on YouTube instead of on Twitch, Nightbot can guide you there. I don't have a short URL yet because my YouTube account isn't old enough. Alrighty, so I need to continue removing these. That got built awful fast. As you can probably tell, I'm still dealing with my head cold, although it's on its way out, which is good. Also sweep this, all of this. Actually, let's give it a higher priority down here underwater. Be sure. You had enough igneous rock, don't lie to me. Unless I selected 5 instead of 4. And it's nighttime, so they're all taking a break now. So Catherine is stressed because of full bladder. She'll be able to take care of potential food poisoning, tired, and soggy feet. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to deal with the soggy feet just yet. Caladorn got a skill point. Want to use that for? It may not be anything. Yeah, I think I'll wait. I mean, I could add one more thing here for him, but and I guess it could be like this additional carrying or additional plumbing here. But I think I'll wait and kind of wait until I figure out what Caladorn wants to do second before we take a trip down that road. Everyone else is kind of sitting at the same number of skill points right now. So I think having him sit here at the same level is fine. Good job, Peps. Do another sweep here because there may be items down there that we need to be picked up. And I think once they pick up these and these, we deconstruct this one. Well, we'll have to run over there to get that anyway. So we'll just go ahead and deconstruct it. All right, Phasian, I think you're in the same position here. You would like to do some operating, but actually, operating wouldn't be bad. And you can kind of operate the coal power plant and stuff. So maybe we'll do that because you're going to get the morale bonus from this being a job you like. I'll give you that. It's the priorities. Operating is here. Give Phasian 1 tick on that, just so that it boosts his interest in it a little bit. Could really get rid of that one too. I know it's a long trip, but come on, guys. What are you up to? Galadorn is cooking away. Okay, so 2 or 3 of you are idle. Is it that you can't reach this far down? Probably. They may not be able to get to... Yeah, they can't get to... Oh, storage unavailable. Of course it is. Let's build some more. That's why they're idle. I do that a lot. I forget that I need to build more storage. And eventually the storage will work its way and it'll actually be outside of the base. Because at a certain point, very little of the building will actually be happening inside. So I'd rather the items just be outside, out of the way. And that also helps me deal with, once I start mining super hot items, I don't have to worry about them heating up my base. I had that problem in the last one. That's what I learned in the last game. Okay, so you were able to get those. Let's put in a mesh tile here. You let this water loose. I think Phasians are diggers, so you can come up here and cut that loose if somebody else doesn't beat him to it. There he goes, and he got all wet, but that's okay. He doesn't mind. I promise. So once that kind of stops dripping, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Actually, I probably could just do the same thing over here. I should build, though, be safe, build a pitcher pump right here. More mesh tile. Check those. Check this. Don't want to deconstruct this yet, because that'll just fall into the ground, or under the water, so I don't want to do that. I'll keep dropping stuff down the ladder. Probably put some sort of a trap in that ladder so they quit dropping everything, but it'll be okay. Looks like there's a little bit of a bug here. Trying to select the hotkey and can't, or show the hotkey and they can't. Ready. Yeah, some of this igneous is just, it's too hot to dig into just yet, so I'll wait. tank until I have a little bit. That way I can get a little closer to O2 suits and stuff. But I think after this nighttime break, we can have them wire in this pump, this self-powered oxygen machine going. The inner part of the machine is ready to go. Wire that in too then. Let's wait. Let's wait till the pump primes the pipe. That way we don't waste electricity, because at this point we'll be wasting a lot of electricity. I think someone come here and mop. Yep, it's low enough to mop. And then when they mop that, they'll automatically pick those, or they may automatically pick them up. Otherwise, I can mark them for sweeping. The little bottles that the water goes into, and then they'll dump them off right here, and it'll go down to the tank. Without counting up how many blocks this water occupies, I don't really know how much water is there, so it may rise over this level, which would make this pitcher pump unusable. So that's why I built the second tier here. Second story. I can't get to that, because they can't get over this and squeeze through there. I don't think. They might have been able to. We'll just be sure. It's gonna come out anyway, so might as well. Oh, pump has primed the pipe, so let's connect up the power to here. This is temporary, twofold reason. One, we want to drain all the oxygen from the top part of this chamber so that only hydrogen exists there. And two, we want to fill this chamber up with hydrogen, and the easiest place to get it at this point is this chamber. So, right now it's all oxygen, or mostly oxygen getting pumped in there. But eventually it'll be all hydrogen. And then it'll all rise up and fill into the top a little bit here. Actually, included oxygen up there. There's a little bit of hydrogen up here now already. And it'll push the oxygen out the bottom into the base as it pressurizes. Once it's completely pressurized, I'll deconstruct this vent and we'll redirect the pipe into this generator. And then we can cut this copper wire here and it'll be self-powered. Only, well, it's not truly self-powered because it's gonna add 2 morale. Did we do this for Kelsey here? Yeah, I think that's okay. Or not. Oh, that's phasing. Haha. Okay. No, we do not give this to Kelsey. That's sitting. What am I? Usopeats. Okay. Kelsey's really only interested in this stuff out here. I think I will give Kelsey improved carrying so that she can earn this way and start being able to use this stuff and get the morale boost from these. I think that makes sense just to move her into that. Let's take a look at our oxygen overlay. You can already see that this is oxygen, although lower pressure, along with hydrogen mostly up here, and then some rich oxygen here that'll eventually work its way down here and get pumped out. These, as we talked about when we set them up, only work at 300 grams or higher. So this controls this pump, so this pump only works when the pressure's high enough down here, and this pump only works when the pressure is high enough up here, and that keeps us from getting oxygen in our hydrogen supply, hydrogen in our oxygen supply, and whatnot. There's still a little CO2 left in there. That's, I think, what this, or polluted oxygen, something left in here. But these pumps will eventually work it all out. But I'm not that worried about it because it's inside the base anyway. It's really just this hydrogen that I'm mostly worried about. And as you can see, it's already starting to fill in up here and have a fairly decent pressurization of hydrogen. So the hydrogen's really going to be useful once we get some Wheezeworts in here and can start cooling down this atmosphere. The hydrogen will help conduct that cooling and make this chamber much colder so that the oxygen coming in here at 33 degrees is cooled down before it leaves. New printables. Okay. Printing. Another general person. Another suit wearer, which wouldn't... I mean, neither of these would be too bad. We could hire Ari to be kind of a machine operator. That wouldn't be too bad. And I'm fine with that. We have Kaliner who's cooking. We have Sydney who can back him up. And the fact that... Oh, actually, this I'm not too happy about at this point. But I think it'll be okay because we're already starting to do some decoration. And we can do some more actually right now. So this might be a good person to bring in. At this point, or who all else has medicine? But this one might also be good just for the variety, and this kind of being a detriment right now. And maybe I'll do this one. It's a little more generic, a little bit more, useful, and they could potentially handle the doctoring stuff if we needed to. So let's name this one Llama, after a common chatter in the stream here. We can start out like everyone else has been doing. Well, actually, we can start him out with operating. And then go from there. Yeah, he can also take the carrying and strength just for additional boosts later on. So let's get him a bed, because we'll need that pretty quickly here. Actually, it's too late. He's going to end up sleeping on the floor tonight. That's okay. The other good reason of moving the bathroom back a little bit is we can make this into our mess hall. That way they have easy access to a table to sit at once they've grabbed their food. So I think that'll be a good thing to excavate this out today, or tomorrow I should say, the next cycle. Get them going. So, problem here, this is going to affect our base temperature pretty swiftly. And I want to be careful with that because I don't want to raise our temperature. Although, to be fair, I think these also raise our base temperature. So, we're raising it, we're raising it, we're raising it. Either way. And actually, our pressure is pretty good. Here, it's just we have so much carbon dioxide that we can't deal with. So while that's being excavated, we can also excavate this. No reason not to get this started. Sand, so it's going to fall and get dug out as well. So we'll sit there for right now. That should open it up. Could have swept those before I did that, or before I started that, but it'll be okay. Can we make any? No, not yet. Let's just use regular sandstone tile. Build that. Build the floor. Asian, you're doing a good job there, even though you're digging in the carbon dioxide. But the base oxygen should take care of that soon. Yeah, it's just got to flow. It's got to kind of balance the air pressures and stuff. Alright, good. Asian dug this out. So that water can drain in. And they clean that up, so that's good. Alright, Llama, you don't need the muck root. You really don't. Actually, I should set his priorities while I'm at it. Sweeping him up. Oh, and you wanted to operate too, so we'll take this down. We'll give you priority on operating. That way you hopefully keep the coal generator full. Hopefully. Might as well also let him operate this. I think this also is an operations thing. Yeah, don't get yourself stuck there, Peps. Let's do that instead. I don't want Peps to get himself trapped out here. He has something wrong with him. That Peps, food poisoning. Of course you do. It'll be fine. Refinement. We'll do 2 compost piles just to be sure. Then we need some furniture. The sculpting block there. Just keep it pretty. A couple of new toilets. Put a sculpting block in between them. I think. Medicine, a wash basin. Well, let's see. We'll put them next to each other. Yeah, that'll be fine. This can be disabled. Actually, probably just be that can be deconstructed yet. But it's not disabled either. That would be bad if I did. Did I? Oh, cancel! No, cancel! Fuck on it. No, don't. Oh, sure. Sorry. Furniture. Sculpting block. Granite, please. Sorry about that. Right. Since I'm even cleaning that one, just deconstruct it. Yeah, they're sitting here basically in the bathroom eating their dinner, so that's not good. Is caught assigned? Yes. Oh, so this is pretty full. Let's look at the overlay. Yeah, this is full, so I need to deconstruct this vent. And construct... That was insulated. Get that out of... Really? No, we're not going to be able to make it out of igneous because we don't have any. Make it out of... We'll just make it out of steel. Yeah, we can make it out of granite. It's got the overheat. Overheat temperature. Didn't matter, but... Okay. So this should be fine, but just to be safe, I'm going to put a tile here. We'll eventually remove that so we can put these in. And then we might want to redo the pressurization in here. But this will be okay for now. I think now I should really be using this. Use the game features, guys. Oh, I don't want that there. I need a vent. I need a deodorizer there. Need to put a wall up. Airflow tiles. Door. There, sculpting block. There. I'm going to replace that one with a granite sculpting block there. Mess tables. 5. Go ahead and put a 1 in for the next guy. That ends up being. Roadster can carve away. You guys need to sweep this stuff up. Space. We do still have space. I don't think we need this deodorizer here anymore. That was when we had a algae terrarium there. I think it's okay without having been there now. Also do a mop up here. Finish that water up. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 3 people have skill points available. We're not using them yet. Thank you, game. I know, Peps, you're not feeling well. But you're doing a good job still. Ooh, we need to wrangle this guy. I don't know if he got out. Got unstable again. You're in a stable. Why do you say you're not in a stable? You're in a stable. Grooming station. 12 to 96 tiles. Light source. That is the grooming station. Okay, the disable enable didn't seem to do, well, probably didn't do anything. Maybe I'll deconstruct it and reconstruct it. Are these guys escaping, or are they getting dropped off? Not quite. They could be escaping as the door opens. Well, that one's wild, so that one definitely probably picked up here and not dropped off inside. I know what we didn't do. We didn't give Llama a hat. Or a hard hat. Oh, they're cramped because of the eggs in here. Let's sweep those eggs, we'll put them in our storage, and then they also won't incubate. Good. And not be able to get out of there. Put our room overlay. So we do have, this is now a latrine. It contains the appropriate items for that. This needs a light source to be a mess hall. And it's too big. Wait a minute, how's that too big? Did I build these too big? Oh, because of this. Right, that's why. So it's I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to handle this. Maybe we deconstruct those. You can do a little bit of a sideways door thing, or at least you used to be able to. Hopefully you still can. that as well. Put one of these in there. Start back down to just the exact amount. We need the light source too, so we might as well do that. Light. Guess it doesn't matter. It's not going to be centered because the room's even. Okay, we have plenty of copper. 25 tons of copper. Hopefully this trick still works. I don't know if it works with a pneumatic door or if I have to use an airlock though. Guess we'll find out. Sorry about that, punched the microphone. See if Roadster can cross that or not. Perhaps gained a skill point. Anything else you love doing, Peps? That, I think at this point, it's probably best to not give you another skill yet. Duck. No-ish? Okay. Let's look what this decor looks like here. Yeah, so they're not going to be happy down here because I had to take this out in order to put a deodorizer in there. I suppose I could flip-flop this latrine and this statue or the sculpture. That way there was a little bit more decor, but you know what I can do? The molding. Granite. Kate. That should improve the room a little bit. Eventually we can make carpet, and well, most people probably don't carpet their bathrooms. We can carpet our bathroom. 10x4. 15x4. Actually, I should have gone out one more tile. Oopsie. Guess I should plan for that now. Just have... yeah, we'll do that. Plan for it now. That way I can have the rooms be maximum sized. And food now, stations. Being careful again with this so that they don't get themselves trapped up here. Yeah, that doesn't really count as insufficient oxygen generation. Sorry, game. Give decor? They do give decor, so I should be using granite for tiles. It'll boost the decor of the room a little bit by using granite to build with. New printables are available. Not really interested in another duplicate yet. I don't think I'm... I can't really use one of these yet because I haven't made it to the surface so they can really eat the regolith. And... really know what I want to use, what I would use saltwater for yet. So I'm just going to reject. And we'll look at the next one. The good news is, since I'm moving this around, I'll put a sculpting block here at the end of the room. That bit here instead. I don't know why that must be a bug, because it's inside of a stable. It's fine. It's literally recognizing as a stable. So, we're just going to assume that's a bug. Furniture, crown there. Goes there, which we can't get. Oh, because that corner's not finished. Excellent. That's a decor look in that room. It's pretty good, probably because of the light. I guess light's really good for stuff. Yeah. That really helps that room out. So. Myself a little bit of a step here. I can hopefully reach that corner. Put in a nice loaf. Yeah, so he's making the last of the lice loaf right now. We have more to harvest, so that's good. Station. So, Catherine is our farmer and rancher. His highest priority on farming. Middle on ranching, so she should come down here and take care of this and that. Probably after this night cycle. Gotten anywhere on needing to do some research. Still can't really use that. This just for fun. Areas we don't need. Definitely don't need that yet, or this. I think we're good here, still on research. I mean, I guess we could do this. for the large sculpting block. That wouldn't be, I guess that wouldn't be a bad thing. Plus it would keep Sydney from getting bored. That's about it. I think we could probably go ahead and start or continue excavating everything out here. I think this probably temperature here. Yeah, we should probably take this all the way up. That. Because this area here is a little too warm for using internal to the base. Ladders, some scaffolding kind of thing here. They'll be able, yeah, they'll be able to reach all that. Yeah, so just, well, I guess they probably could still use this, but they keep them from having to walk down in the water in order to use it. Keep dropping stuff down here, so that renders this stuff completely useless because they probably can't even get down there to sweep it. They might. Yep, Kelsey's gonna try it. Yeah, that's not really insufficient. Thank you, game. This can go. We can cut into this wall, but we want to be careful with that. And then we can take this ladder out. Careful because of the power lines back there. And I think the pipe too? Pipe there? No, I ran the pipe up the other side. Put in this doorway as well. So until we get out here and can start cooling this water down for use, this is all the water we have. We have to be a little careful. We also can go, I mean, we can get out to a cold biome and find water out there too, but we have to get there. Which I think we probably should start working towards digging outside of the base sooner rather than later. Completely fair. I kind of had an idea of how I wanted to handle that. So we need to, I think up here, someplace. Yeah, probably like up here. I'll build a chlorine room, maybe in this block here, where this room would be. So you kind of come up here. There'll be a hallway sort of thing here. You'll go down into this chlorine room. Back up again, or actually, well, you can skip it this way, but then when you come back in, and then out here will be a suit dock bay, where we do, where we have our exosuits, then we'll have to pump oxygen into them from here, or from somewhere. Huh. Put in. I'm gonna shift this door. I was gonna go down one more than that. This should be the ceiling, so then a block there, two there, the door, and then a block here, and then a floor here. I still want to keep this shine bug trapped in here and keeping these plants alive for now. But eventually we'll lose him as well, probably. Because he's elderly. There are no eggs. He's been hungry, so he hasn't really laid any eggs. And unless I can find shine bugs on another asteroid, end of the shine bugs. But we can just make our own magic shine bugs out of electric. Let me put a door in there. Pile in above it. Then I can dig down, clean the rest of this out. Excuse me. Is there moisture here someplace? Why is he up there shaking his foot? Unless he just went down there and just decided that he was finally had enough. Okay. That. I probably really should have built it out here someplace, but it'll be okay. We finished that research. So the large sculpting blocks, they're made out of the same stuff. They have a 10 decor count or value for an 8 tile radius, whereas these smaller ones only have a 5 decor value for a radius of 4 tiles. These are actually better to put in, and they use twice as much. These are actually better to put in areas where you can't do as frequently of, you can't as frequently place sculpting blocks, just so they boost have the larger range and they have the larger value. That can go. I think I will build this straight across. It gets a little warm right in here, but I think it'll be okay. But to figure out how to deal with this chlorine here. Do, huh? Or is the storage all full? Might be full again. Throwing a lot of junk. Really the gist of it. I can't remember how I had a massive amount of storage containers in my last base. Yeah, just a storage issue. Alright, back to work you go. Probably make a few more mush bars. Keep the food levels up. Palador can cook those. And then fry them. Loaf. Oh yeah, a lot of calories in bristleberries. I actually need to make berry sludge. That's a +3. That needs sleetweed though. Tofu, that's new. Bristleberries that I usually cook. At least to start with. Another item later. be given. It might be at the gas range now. It's a new item. Or table. Yeah, there's another. Unless they've removed it, of course. There's another gristleberry item that takes pinch of pepper nuts, I believe, berries, and it has like a 5 or something. Really good for later in the game. But the gristleberry is +1, so it's a little bit better. I could start cooking it. I do want to set up a farm for the bristle blossoms. Oh, who made a mess? Mop that up kind of fast. That's what the lips are for, folks. That's what they're for. Keeps messes from being major messes. Printable. And hip eggs. Always, presumably, we can always crack the eggs and eat them. I'm not really interested in another duplicate at this point. I want to grow with the ones we have, so we could take these, crack the eggs, and eat them. Yeah, this is just on lumber, and we don't have any sort of lumber. We do have a shine nymph egg. Go ahead and crack those. Crack one of those. Right. Again. We have 4 to 5 of these guys in this room. It's about all that we can. More than that. But the room is only 64, and the stable can be 96. So about 7 or 8 is a good number in a stable, of specifically of hatches. Other critters have different kind of interests or values or whatever, so they might have a different number. But scaffold there. Got some more. No, we didn't. Build a ceiling there. Build a floor. Also hesitant to do the bristle blossoms yet because of our limited water supply. I feel like we will run out of water. So before I get into one of these slime biomes, Really want to set up that clean room. Try and get as much of this chlorine gas as I can get out of these little pockets. And also as much of the bleach stone as I can get and put it into storage in that clean room. So that the chlorine will act as a disinfectant. I think when the shine bug goes, the happy little grove on the other side of eternity. I think it'll be soon. We'll just dig all this stuff up. Yeah, destroyed almost again. Almost. They can't actually work on that because it's too high. Amazing, come in here and dig. At least as far as he can reach, and then Pep's gonna come in and build, or Roadster or somebody. Huh? Have bush fry, go eat. I need to cook some of these gristleberries. The other thing we can cook is some omelets, perhaps, no? Okay, yeah, those on infinite, so yeah. So no fertilization. Delivered any dirt to it, it says. Something tells me that's an exaggeration. A little bugged out. Okay. I do need to expand this as well, maybe down here or someplace. Maybe this would be a good place to expand our mulewood farm. Although, to be fair, we need to work on the bristleberry farm, so maybe that's the way to go instead. The ranch room, or the, sorry, not the ranch room, the greenhouse room, needs a farm station. It has a maximum size of 96. The farm station needs fertilizer. Fertilizer is organic? Agriculture. Fertilizer. We don't have that much fertilizer. Oh, what? Lana earned a skill point. Okay, so our morale has jumped quite a bit. Good. Very good, in fact. I think... what does Lana want to do? I think maybe Lana could take up some digging. We'll eventually want to go this route for basically everyone, so that they can all get into piloting the rocket. Necessary at this point. I'd rather have additional people doing stuff we can use now. Roadster, you need to take this. Aladorn. Those we could work our way into these now. Sydney, you want to take... We'll let you have the cooking skill. Just because you like it, so you get more morale from it. Perhaps... I'm gonna go all the way into here. I think we can. I don't see why not. Makes you build faster, better, whatever. Okay, that shine bug died. Let's just go ahead and dig all this stuff out. Check our temperature. It's getting pretty warm in here. I mean, we're still under 30 C, so that's good. But do we not have enough toilets anymore, or out of order? All right, these. Oh, I didn't increase these priorities. That's my fault, folks. Sorry about that. Good job, Phasian. Going to town. Alright, so Peps or Roadster or somebody can come in here and build. About that. Filling up our storage again. Maybe we should just add some more storage in down in one of these areas. We're not full yet, but soon. Plenty of edibles. Yeah, I think I need to harvest some pinch of pepper nuts before I get those recipes. I think that's how that works. Been a while. Some up here. They grow in the chlorine and in the hydrogen, so we'll get them very soon. Gonna replace this, or remove this door. Place it over here, but with a manual airlock. fast like Phasian's moving. That's because he has a 5 athletics. Suit's gonna drop that by, I think, 4. Definitely want to be able to handle that. They'll start being pokey again once they start wearing suits. I'm gonna earn a skill point. I know we can spend his because he has a bunch available. Don't really need this yet. Go ahead and give you doctoring because no one else has it. Don't really need it yet, but have. I found some more hatches. Yay, let's see. Capture. Problem is this is going to crowd this room. There's already 4 there. Actually, it won't drop them all off. Let's increase this to 6. Just so that Catherine will put them in there. Put a wall in here. This will eventually be igneous rock, insulated tile. But I need to dig out into the igneous. We get a decent chunk of igneous up in here. We're gonna dig up there because I really want to get to the igneous rock. Bit warm, but it'll be okay. Then she wrangled him. I trust him just as the timer hit, so now she's not going to put him in the room. Earlier. Sorry, I couldn't help that one. We're gonna earn a skill point. You might as well do this. Oh boy. They didn't, I'm on trust. Oh, so anybody can pick them up once they've been trust. That's good. Oh, Kellner can carry them both? That's interesting. I did not know that. So we are full up to 6 there, and they are very cramped and overcrowded. So that's about it for them for right now. I can increase the size of this room some by building it up this way. So, and I can do that because this chlorine room is only going to be, or is going to be here, and it's going to be a solid wall right here. So actually this isn't a bad idea. Got blueprint. Some mushrooms. Oh, some fried mushrooms are already cooked. That's a good idea. And like I said, I'm not really interested in more duplicates at this point, so we'll take the fried mushrooms. You can eat those too. They have a +1 morale, so they're good. In fact, if we find some decent amount of mushrooms out here in the wild, we could set up a mushroom farm. Down here in the dark, in the carbon dioxide, they thrive pretty well. So perhaps right across here would be a good mushroom farm. See, I don't know that we have any. No, we don't have any mushroom seeds of any kind. Where do they go? You just plant the mushroom. Sand is kind of dangerous. If you're not watching your diggers, sand falls out of an area like this, they can get trapped. And then they will suffocate or starve or whatever, depending where they're at. That's a problem. Ugh, this oxygen's getting really warm. Still okay. Really wanting to dig out into that cold biome soon. Problem is we have to dig through the swamp here to get to it, unless we go up. Oh, so I happen to know that there's a cold biome up here somewhere. We could potentially dig up there into it and try and find some weezeworts or something up there. At least I hope the weezeworts are still around. Look. Oh, that doesn't work. Why that switch to the other view? What if I should be making these out of granite too? I think I should. Because they have a minus 10 decor. So if I make them with granite, this should make it a plus 10. Because I could check with this. Oh, 10%. So, yeah, so that's actually good because it goes from minus 10 to minus 9. So the granite will be minus 8. That's a little bit good. That's pretty good. Better. Great, but it's better. Good, we're digging out the igneous rock. So now we could do more of this wall here. Or if they'll get down there and do it. I'm not sure. Looks like they're not complaining about it. There's not a red alarm on it. So perhaps and Rosa are going to be complaining about the cold and the water for a little while. But that's okay. So I think if we can be creative here and can build around... we can't build around. Too close together. We need to get like way over here to get into this ice. Oh, you can see the ice there. I guess we could cut across here and then go up. Yeah, we could do that. The ladder in here. Need to move over a little bit again. That. We can go up into ice biome. This obsidian here is one of those boulders that we knew that we were going to get stuck with as part of this map. Obsidian is very hard to dig through, and it's very and it's just a big chunk of it. The only thing I really use obsidian for is digging out, or building under, like, the rocket, stuff like that. Low pressure up there. Doing okay temperature-wise. We're getting into deep into the yellow zone though. A lot of 26s, 27s. 30s up here. Yeah, they did get hooked up. Okay, so actually I can disconnect this. Do it before, but I can do that. What'll happen here is this. Oh, I need a battery here too. I forgot about that. Put battery in before I forget. Actually, I took that back up. Full battery. Yep, I need to hook that back up. Out of order. I think I'll do 2 batteries. I think I'll just break it right here. Priority 7 on those 2. Peps or Roadster, somebody come over and build those. Got a skill point. Kelsey got a skill point. See, Kelsey likes... Wish it showed you what those likes were here. That'd be nice. But I think... Oh, it's just these. So let's do this. Really didn't need to climb up on those to do that, guys. Going out here? Not really. Doing building. Oh, you are building down here. Good. Do the same. Oh, because I built those out of sandstone. Oopsie. Ladder in here. Fine. Ooh. Got to do this. Alright, so you guys can sweep again. Sorry about that. Sit on the ladder facing. Okay, so those are connected again. So if I switch to the power overlay, this is filtered so it only will deconstruct power wires. And I can deconstruct that. And then these will actually start with 2 full batteries, which is fine. Oh, we overloaded the circuit. Hey, that's a bad thing. You have to be real careful, especially as you continue to expand your base power. You don't overload the circuits too much. You can see the max wattage is 1000 watts, and I'm already drawing 1230 on this circuit. That was without this stuff connected. If that circuit, or I have a max draw of 1230, if the circuit draw gets over 1000, it'll start damaging a random segment on the wire. I'm gonna have to add another coal generator fairly soon, and somehow split this power so that less of the stuff is on the same circuit. Let's at least cooling down quite a bit here as it's entering the base up in this corner, and then hopefully the heat's staying up there. Looks like it is. So that's good. Really. Sydney's doing some construction too. Skill point for Roadster. Been doing construction, so let's let you take the skill in construction. Peps is working away over here at this tank. That's sealed off. I should probably have them sweep this igneous, that way it's in the base. Instead of Peps having to come all the way up here to grab it. Bring it in. Okay, so I want to put in a bit of a ladder here. Build a little room here. Let me be careful here. 96 tiles. That's 32, which is 4 times 8. There. This is going to not become a stable for, or become not a stable for a little while, and then become a stable again. This will add just a little bit more, space to the stable. That's enough. The advantage of it being that these guys will stop complaining about being packed in here too tight, because they'll have an additional 32 squares of space once I deconstruct these to live in. Shoot those eggs so no more hatch. I think I'll put a ladder in here as well, because we'll eventually want to cut into this part of the dirt biome and get the rest of its materials. And I can also come back here and get this copper, some granite here, some igneous. But we want to cut into this and scoop this out eventually as well. All that copper is way too valuable. Coal too. Even dirt is way too valuable to let it go. That's okay. Sydney? Need that yet, so we'll go ahead and give you the second cooking, since you are going to gain morale from it. Food supplies are getting low. Yeah, we better make some more mush bars. How's the tank building going? Almost done. That one. I keep giving them alternate building tasks so they go and do those instead, because they'd rather go do anything but stand in water. Let's see, Calderon, you might as well start with this researching tree because I'll want you all to be out there in suits eventually. At least all able to go out there in suits. Kind of extra stuff we can get. Oxyfern seed. I have no idea what an oxyfern is. I'm just gonna pass. So now this is not a room. Well, actually, it's a giant room. It's 157 because of this. All of this is being counted in that room right now. That's why it flashes when I hover over it. And once they've finished building this ceiling here, it'll be good. Phase in with the skill point. I think it makes sense to... I think we're going to need this, because you're going to may need to dig through some of that obsidian. Give you abyssalite? Yeah, but we might need the obsidian, so let's go ahead and do that. Good news is, we're almost to the ice biome now. Did we do... temp shift? Let's do this temp shift plate. There's a little trick that I know of with the temp shift plate and ice. Okay, I'll reveal it. You can make a temp shift plate out of ice and use it to cool stuff down. Now, of course, it needs to be able to drip into a water basin of some kind, but it can be used for temperature modulation a little bit. But if it drips into... it drips on the floor, so you have to take care of it. Ooh, there's diamond up here, too. That's handy. Diamond is good for temp shift plates, too. I believe. I'm trying to think of what else diamond is used for. I don't even remember. I've only used it a little. I think it's a real good... glass. Duh. Eventually we'll need to have glass tiles. Some see-through tiles. And window tiles, whatever they're called. And diamond is one thing you can make those out of, which you would think would be kind of a waste. Yeah, here it is. But diamond is used for so little that, at least it had been used for so little. I don't know what it's like now, to be fair. Window tiles made out of diamond is actually very good. Especially window tiles made out of diamond that are used in space. Because they're also super resilient to damage by falling debris. Alright, really, don't leave an omelet on the floor. Somebody eat it. Put it away or something. Okay, good. I should start looking at separating some of these guys into different shifts. Look at, see if any of them have that. Morning person versus night person. anybody is actually a morning person or a night person. I don't know where that... I didn't keep track of it, unfortunately. Oh, they do list the genders here. Notice that. That corresponds to the link that Phasian shared the other day as to what the gender of the duplicant is. Interesting. Well, if it's here, I didn't see it. As to whether they're morning people or nighttime people. But, nevertheless, what we can do is add a new schedule here. And instead of having bath time in the morning and downtime in the evening, you can shift some of this stuff around. So that so they're not all competing for the bathrooms at the same time. So one thing you can do is just say, okay, the downtime is going to move, bath time is going to move, and these ones will get right to work on schedule 2. We could put a couple of duplicants here. Kind of like an every other kind of thing. And this doesn't, so what it's looking for is if any of them have morning time where they're boosted or evening time, because you can adjust their sleep schedule too. Otherwise, you don't really want to. Catherine. We'll do like 4 and 5. And that just breaks up that bath time so that they don't compete for the 2 toilets all at the same time. Instead, there's just 4 or 5 of them that are competing for 2 toilets. So, Peps is up here digging away. This tank is finished. Excellent. This tank is still going. See if can they reach it? Can Roadster get there all the way? Like it. I'm going to experiment with that, making temp shift plates out of ice once we get some ice. So temp shift plates can be made out of a lot of stuff. And it have handles, it can be made almost out of anything actually. And it can handle the heat different ways. So things with high thermal conductivity have very high thermal conductivity. Things with lower thermal conductivity have very low thermal conductivity. And that's how, like the slow heating type of stuff and stuff like that. So, but ice is good because ice will just cool the area around it, melt, and go away. Then you build more temp shift plates if you need to. Oh, hey Roadster, what's up? Yeah, the bathroom schedule. Yep. Gotta love that. And, oh, Sheldon with the bathroom schedule. Yes, yes indeed. Did I mess with yours? Did I mess yours up? I did. Is that gonna be a problem? Did I mess with your bathroom schedule? Oxygen up here and carbon dioxide, so that's safe breathing. Salt water up here, so we'll need to learn how to deal with that. I've never dealt with it before. Well, I made it sooner, so at least all of you who switched got a chance to go to the bathroom here. It's not like I pushed it later in the day to where you would have to go longer than longer than a day to be able to use the bathroom. It was shorter, so hopefully you're able to get in there and do your business. I really want Roadster and Peps and whoever else to come down here and focus on the building. You do run out of oxygen? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. All that. No, they're still moving it in. $16,000 kcals of lice loaf, so we're doing pretty good on the lice loaf. Everything was recently harvested, looks like, or a lot of it was recently harvested. I think we could put in another mealwood farm down here. We probably need to expand it anyway. You can use clay or dirt as your farm tile building material. I'm not going to use clay because clay is useful for making ceramic. Useful for insulating things. Which I should probably get started on making ceramic sometime soon. Oh yeah. I don't know how that works in that game. The 8, 10. Copy. Catherine will come down. Yep, she's coming down here to planting. Somebody else can drop the dirt off to fertilize it with. Yeah, I like it when games have characters like this and they let you name them after, you know, people who are watching or people who whatever, really. They didn't get into the corners. They can't reach. That's right. We need to put the ladders there in order to reach into the corners. We have our 6 hatches. They live quite a while. They live to be 100. 100 cycles. So some of them that I have captured here have been around since before we came to the asteroid. One chilling right here too. And some of them have been born probably since. They're not gonna die from old age yet. I think we can build this wall and rebuild this floor. This will be for our chlorine room. I know what I'm going to use this for. I'm just not going to use it yet. I have a stable. I'm going to continue to stable this way, but for now, it's got to be. How big did I make this? 97 tiles. So in fact, I made this too big. Oops. 32. Oh, it's 5. That's what I screwed up on. So actually, it should only be this big. Deconstruct and cancel and cancel and construct. It should be right here, I think. Yeah, that's 30. So that's good. Ladder back in here, actually, so we can deconstruct that above. And we'll try and get them out of here. This wall gets built and they get locked in. That far corner. That's going to be problematic. Just because it's going to take... So much for the bathroom habit thing, fixing things up here. Didn't work. Oh, they're all jammed up. Alright, do I need to increase this more? Be a higher priority. Who else? Oh, at least you went right here where it can just drip right into the wastewater tank. That's convenient. Press up here. Caloderm for picking up the polluted water. Hands. I actually should have the food in a room where duplicants have to wash their hands to go into, where they cook it, for example. Ours, well, I suppose they could be there for a pinch. Love. Well, that's a bummer. Well, I guess they, you know, other than naming your characters, or if you're going to name your characters after your viewers, then you're going to be naming a lot of them that you're going to be naming are going to be the prisoners. So some people might take offense to that, I suppose. I mean, I wouldn't care, but I would think it's funny. Actually, this wall's in the wrong spot. Should be outside of this ladder. Here, I think. Thinking here. Yeah, it needs to be between these two ladders. That one actually can deconstruct. Well, let's not do the whole. Yeah, we'll do that part. You could also take this out just so they can walk around up here. Let's sweep this little bit here pretty fast. Narcoleptic nap. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind being named after a prisoner, but some people might be offended by it. I mean, that's only one example use case of that, but that's I think the most, be probably one of the most common, is somebody streaming and naming their characters after or on their stream. I don't know. Because, I mean, when I'm playing alone, I sure don't bother renaming every duplicant. I mean, if I went and opened up one of my old games again, you'd see that everybody's just named the default character names. I don't have that kind of energy. I wonder, should I be building the ladders out of granite as well instead of sandstone? Yeah, I should probably be. Because they'll get a 20%. So these will go from... The sandstone's really not having an effect because it'll go to 4.5 and that rounds back to -5. But the granite would make it down to 4, so that would decrease the ugliness a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about it for the stuff I already have built. But for the new stuff, it doesn't hurt. Still digging away up here. More algae, that's good for the algae oxygen diffusers. I mean, we only have 35 tons of algae, so you never know when we'll run out. I could start crushing eggshells to lime. That would give somebody else something to do. Oh, I can make a whole... Doesn't take long. Or I could just make it infinite. That might be better. That's really the only thing to use eggshells for, is that I can remember. I think that's the only thing that you can really use it for. There we go. Making the lime. Yeah, there's no database entry, but... Oh, information can be crushed or produced lime. So that might as well be just a task for this machine. We don't need it yet, but we will need it once we start making steel. So it doesn't hurt to just have it being made. I should dig this out. And then dig another hole for the ration box. Put it in. And then make this my kitchen. That way I can put and I can put the ladder over here then. Move some stuff around here. Put the ladder over here. Or actually, don't need the ladder then. I then come through this door. Do I want a ladder still for the ration box? Maybe I'll put the ladder here for the ration box. I don't know. Because I want them to be able to get to the food and get back to their mess table quickly. Yeah, I wasn't sure about it, and then I watched Facey and play it on YouTube back a year ago now. More, and I was like, alright, I need to get this game. It's got the stuff that I like about, you know, RimWorld and Prison Architect and those kind of games. Dwarf Fortress, I suppose. Without having some of the grindy parts, at least to me, that are grindy. Not horribly interested in kind of grindy, micromanagey types of games. This game is actually weird because it's almost on the border of stuff that I wouldn't like. Except that it's not, and actually, or except that I actually like it more probably because it's on the border of it. All right, somebody come over here and build this, please. I want to look at the pinch of pepper nuts because I think they need phosphorite, they need irrigation, they need to be warm. That's the big one. They don't really care, I think, what atmosphere they're in. I think they'll grow in anything. I could put them here, except that it's not warm enough. Because this would be a good place, because I could pump the polluted water back up into them, fertilize them. But I'll end up putting it out in the warm zone someplace. Build the floor. Cancel that. Build the wall. Might as well build it out of igneous rock. Insulated igneous rock. Why you're saying that's an unreachable dig, but wait till you get over there. Possibly do it. Oh, you're done. Excellent. One more sweep down here. Clean up the last bits. Keep building. Not much left, but keep building. Oh, those won't get deleted. This doesn't get deleted either. Manual airlock here. That wall comes out. That's what I meant to do. We'll do that. Put a wall in here. Well, I'll make this room yet. Put it just in here. There. Maybe we could dig out just a little room here, 3 tiles wide. That. Two. Automatic door in there. Ladder down here. Ration box. Make it out of granite though, since it does have some decor benefit. Dug up another hatch. Box that room in. Let the carbon dioxide sink down into there, and then we can cut this out and let the oxygen kind of flow a little bit. So I want to continue this ladder up here. Deconstruct this. Whoever's this is, Sydney, you can have this table instead. Like that. Hatch is going to be pretty mad. They keep dropping stuff on this ladder when they run out of air. Can't breathe anymore. Then they drop it and it goes all the way to the bottom. And it's because, like that, they have to kick the water off and stuff, so they take a long time. These auto? Yeah, they're auto. Oh, she's working. Okay. Bayesian's helping. It might have just popped, I don't know. So, that gives us more life or more supplies to make more life stuff, so we're doing good on life stuff now. I don't think I had enough. There's a calculation on how many of these you need per duplicant. I didn't bother looking it up. We have 25 for 9, so that's almost 3 apiece. I think that's probably more than enough. Probably put in ground molding here. I know. How's the carbon dioxide pressure? I'd like for it to keep going up. Oh, actually, it's probably about all it's going to be. As soon as I let some oxygen into here, though, it's really going to pressurize. Could be this door is not letting enough air through to pressurize the CO2 down here. Suppose I could just take the top piece off to let the air kind of flow over. I don't think it'll make a difference. I think it'll just... That way the carbon dioxide sinks this way instead of coming out this way. And now I can sneak through that door. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the air oxygen coming in now. Hopefully it'll push the carbon dioxide down into this. I'd like for this to be like 1,000 to 1,200 or so. Because the pressure out here is 1,800, so the closer it gets to this, the better off we are. Some of these are as low as 12, so... More mess tables. I need to actually move Sydney's over because I need to put this pneumatic door in right here, just like this one. Not have built that. Algae doesn't hurt. We have plenty, but you can always use plenty. I'd like for this to be as thick out there as it is down here, but that's probably never going to happen. Thickening, you can see it. Texture of the background kind of changes, the cloud texture kind of changes. Just like with the oxygen, the thicker it is, the more of these little glistening bits you get. Working. I don't know. Skill point for Peps. The Peps, what else does Peps like to do? Peps doesn't like to do anything else. Peps is already maxed out on his morale, so we're going to sit on that skill point for a while. Look at Peps's morale, because that's... Could just be because he's stuck working in such adverse conditions all the time. Like running through water, all the carbon dioxide time he spends. Probably coming out here, digging with else. Phasium might be the one who can cut through this stuff. Yeah, Phasium's the one who can dig through Bissolites, so he's got to be the guy who comes up here and cuts this out. So we can build another wall here. No, because we're out of igneous rock. We need to mine some more igneous rock. That. Alrighty, I'm actually going to end pretty soon, so I'll give you a raid when I get done here. Well, for two reasons. One, I'm going to be streaming again tonight to Factorio at 9:30 Eastern. And the other is because, well, maybe three reasons. Another is because I'm still fighting off this cold, so I want to rest my voice a little bit. I guess it's compounded with the streaming later piece. And then the third one being getting a little hungry. Got into the ice. Excellent. Now that we've cut into the ice, cut across. Use this cold granite. That would be nice to have. As well as this ice. I want to just show that temp shift plate thing here a little bit. If it's still available, it is. Uses a lot, but we can use it here. Even if we have like, so we can be a little bit creative here and put like one of them up here someplace where it's getting a little warm. Some of this is because this igneous rock is so warm. We could even put like right up in here. Clean the bathrooms faster. Sorry about that little catch that's trapped down there. Rotate. Hey, welcome, Shames. Yeah, launch update. Yeah, this is my 4th stream with this. Yeah, so welcome to the stream, and if you enjoy it, please follow. But so far we have a decent amount kind of built. We've got a freshwater tank here, polluted water tank here, meal woods going. Still kind of in the, the starter base. I've only just started cutting out into some of the other biomes. I'm working on getting ready to pump some of this chlorine into this room here, as well as the bleach stone, and make like a disinfecting room. That's kind of soon on my list. So yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, they changed a decent amount with the launch update, so if you're in the middle of a Q3 base, I don't blame you, especially because launch is still in fairly strong beta. So, I think once they do the release, people will be more willing to, but there's a few bugs that I've encountered so far, so I can imagine that there's plenty of people who are hesitant to upgrade to it anytime soon. I'm gonna put a door in here just so I can keep using this room, but it'll separate it for the purposes of the stable. Yeah, at 10 days I probably would have patched. Oh, the park doesn't work? Well, good thing I haven't tried to fiddle with it yet. So yeah, so we're just kind of casually playing a little bit. Like, I'm not really, breaking my neck to play this real hard. And I mean, it's been, I can't remember how many days since the last time I played. It's been a little while. So, this is kind of my kind of second highest priority game on my stream right now, on my channel right now. But I only stream a few days a week. This one's actually a bonus stream you've caught. Yeah, I saw that when I was spawning. A lot of the poor metal and rich metal, and then a couple others that were like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense, guys. What's going on with this? And so I just had to keep cycling through. And I picked out a patch, or a world gen seed that I liked, and then they patched it between that time and the time that I actually went live with my stream, and they had changed the world gen, so then the world was no longer what I thought it was. So I just ended up doing a random one. But that's okay. Yeah, and I don't think they should let us have, or they should make us have, or how I'm going to word that, different quantities and sizes of boulders. Like, if you have one boulder setting in the map, that should be all you have. Like, this shouldn't be oh, you can have large boulders and small boulders. No, just one boulder is fine. One or none. Like, you don't need multiples. remember what the other one was that was conflicting, but there's a couple of conflicting ones. So our little ice thing melted here. I'm not sure how much it did for temperature. Maybe a little. It really helps when you have a lot of ice and you really want to do some... Uh-oh, that's not good. The problem with that little trick is if you get too much water, then you can't mop it up anymore. So we'll just take this tile out. It'll flow across here and we'll mop it up. It'll be okay. Alrighty, well, so our stable now is a reasonable amount of tiles. It's at 89. We can go to 96. I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them right here just by deleting these. What I could do... I could actually put the ladder right here. Like 2 at a time. We can do that. I think we can probably build some more igneous rock-based insulated tile. Yep. Gotta reach all of these. That's actually not going to be the end of my base. So let's stop that back there somewhere. More over here, though. I want to make sure that all this stuff that I built before igneous. Oops. Some of it we found earlier with sandstone. On purpose. Okay. These were all, should have all been good. We did these later. Oops. Bar. Go, I think, to here, and then it's going to cut across here somehow. Guess probably just like that. I don't know what we'll do with this little corner over here, but I'm just going to wall it off right now. Might just end up digging it out and using it for the outside of the base. Not that I'm going to dig this all out yet, but at least we have a start. Okay, I think enough carbon dioxide has gone there, so we can dig this out. We'll just let this kind of even out, balance a little bit. Okay, they excavated all that ice. We'll leave it up there. Let it stay frozen. Here's some mushrooms, some dust cap mushrooms that we could go and get if they weren't in the slime biome that we need to deal with. So I think this is a good place to stop. So this episode, we managed to turn our self-powered oxygen machine on. We finished digging out our water tank and drained the other 2 pools of water into it. We've done a lot more towards the outer perimeter of the base. Had to expand storage massively because we had nowhere near enough storage. We can move now the kitchen down into this room so that we can have some hand washing going on when people come into this room. It'll be good. And then we've expanded our ranch here and made it have a little bit more storage space for our stable, I should say, not our ranch. So actually, we could probably increase this to another critter. Wrangle this guy here. Because we added enough space, I think. I guess I should have left a ladder in there. Or something in there to climb upon. They can build that wall. Alright, so I think we're gonna leave it here. So we're gonna raid Roadster if he is streaming. He is. So we're gonna raid Roadster. He's playing Prison Architect. Let's go and see what he's up to. Thanks everyone for coming. I appreciate it. If you like what you see, please follow. I'm working my way towards affiliate, which would be kind of nice to get. And come back tonight in a little over 4 hours for some Factorio production scrap. This might be the penultimate episode. Might be. We'll have to see after when we get to the end of tonight's episode. So thanks, and we'll see you tonight, hopefully. Bye.